It's been a great time to build community.
For me, gaming is a force for good in my life because while staying at home during quarantine, it's allowed me to go explore new worlds beyond the walls of my home and still keep up with my friends and family.
Because it allows me to escape and enjoy life, especially in the world we're living in, and I can do it in the safety of my own home and be with the ones I love.
Gaming is a force for good in my life because it constantly challenges me to think about problem solving in new and unique ways and exposes me to different ideas and ways to perceive the world.
I'd like to thank everybody, the team behind Xbox, Phil Spencer, for over a decade of fun and pure joy I've experienced. Looking forward to the future and what's to come. Thank you for all your hard work.
Man, what an incredible time to be a gamer. We're getting the Xbox Series launch. We also have Game Pass, having amazing additions added to it. And then we have EA Play coming to Game Pass as well. Man, I'm so excited to be an Xbox gamer, and I can't wait to get the controller in my hand and be able to push that button on and then hear that, whatever the sound is. I can't make it perfectly. But man, thank you guys so much for creating an experience that I can share with my friends, share with my family. And guys, thank you guys for being Xbox, and thank you guys for everything you do. We appreciate you.
Gaming as a community is awesome nowadays. You meet people, you create families, things in common. It's awesome. You make friendships now more easier than ever. Microsoft here has created a beautiful thing, and we're excited for the new launch of the new console.
Gaming has been an enormous force for good in my life. Not just by being able to play my favorite titles and share them with people all across the world, but being able to help donate hundreds of thousands of dollars to charities all across this globe by being able to build communities, bring people together, and enjoy our favorite games.
Gaming has empowered me.
Eu já vou falar pra você já, Gamertag. Qual console você tem, Gamertag? Aí sim, Natália. Torresmo? Torresmo é bom. Torresmo é gostoso. Fala um mal do caramba, uma delícia.
Gaming empowered me. I think that gaming has primarily empowered me to see people for who they really are. Because you don't see the person behind the controller.
É muito poder, muito poder.
You don't see what they're wearing and all that.
Eu agora estou comendo, ó, isso aqui, ó, esse salgadinho foi gerado pelo Series X. Então, é salgadinho de teraflop. Estou comendo teraflop. Teraflops de presunto, cara. Bom demais.
See a little bit about how gaming has empowered me. Even just through streaming, gaming has given me a lot of self-confidence. It's helped me with public speaking and...
Meu console voltou. Estamos falidos. Faliu, seu console faliu. Primeira vez, primeiro relato que eu vejo de um cara, o console dele não parou de funcionar. O console dele faliu. O console dele é, ó, decreto falência.
And for me, that's empowering. Having a voice to create change in the world means
super saudável, com cerveja ainda, ó.
That I am able to do that through gaming just shows how powerful gaming is.
Gaming has created a sense of community.
O Tom Delta perguntou se vai ter gameplay de jogo exclusivo. Ó, de jogo exclusivo eu não sei, mas que vai ter linguiça exclusiva vai ter, isso tem, cara. Linguiça exclusiva vai ter. Ó.
So when I was in my late teens,
vai, o gato vai às 5 horas da tarde, veterinário. É às 5 que eu tenho que levar. Quando for umas 10 para 5, eu vou largar a live aí. Vou fazer isso aqui, ó. Vou fazer isso aqui. E chablau. Vou largar a live aí, a linguiça comendo solto. E vou levar meu gato veterinário.
In my career, like in the future, like professionally, so gaming's been awesome for me.
Mas uma coisa que eu percebi, pra ficar a TV e o console na frente da TV não rola não. Meu aqui não vai rolar não. Vou ter que deixar ele deitado. Deitado vai ficar melhor. Eu não queria deixar o meu console deitado. Ele de pé. A não ser
different Xbox pressers to
a não ser que eu tire meu, eu vou ter que tirar meu
just been amazing experience.
Vou ter que arrancar um videogame daqui, cara. Vou poder deixar 4 não.
Has been the Forza Horizon 4 reveal.
Eu nem assisti, Paulo. Não assisti esse vídeo da Xbox Brasil, eu nem vi. Ontem eu tava enrolado.
The most powerful gaming memory has to be my first ever gaming convention. And I think it was
eu nem tô ouvindo que esses caras estão falando blá blá blá, né? Aí chega de blá blá blá, velho. É, o cara falando aí, depois eu libero o áudio. Fala, minha TV chegou hoje. Agora esperar um ano pra pegar o Series X. Bom, de qualquer forma, Guilherme, isso é uma coisa pra te deixar tranquilo. Não vai ter nada que você não vai jogar que eu não vou jogar, entendeu? Ou vice-versa. Não vai ter nada que eu vou jogar e você não vai poder jogar. Por causa da limitação de hardware, entendeu? A única limitação que pode ter é a limitação do bolso, né? Pra você comprar o jogo se precisar. Mas não por causa do hardware, entendeu? Então... Deixa eu levar o biscoitinho pra lá. Tá terminando de renderizar aqui. Já vem, peraí. Tinha esquecido de ligar o cabo de rede no fiotão lá. Parapapá. Tá terminando de renderizar o vídeo aqui, hein? Terminando.
Fable 2, and because I had played Fable 1, I saw that everything was new in Albion, in the world. And I shared that moment because everything was new for me then.
My greatest gaming memory is how I acquired my first Xbox, the original. It was December 26th, 2001, when I received that console. That's after my
O Lux falou que esse controle é menor.
I went to my great-grandmother's house on foot. She recently passed just this past August at 95 years of age. She immediately called my parents, explained to them how I was feeling, and they went and got me one the next day. She's the sweetest person in the world, and you guys make the greatest gaming systems in the world. Thanks, guys.
I want all the kids in the world to have an opportunity to play Xbox games from whatever devices they can afford and own.
I remember the Halo 3 midnight launch. It's cold here in November, so my brother, my future wife, and I got all bundled up. Put an Xbox, an inverter, and a TV.
Tá baixinho. A pegada do controle novo melhorou. Uma coisa que eu percebi nesse novo controle é... Ele é... A textura dele... Ele é... Deixa eu ver o outro. É. A textura dessa aqui é melhor, cara. Não é tão lisinha. Não sei se é porque é novo também, mas eu peguei esse controle novo, não era assim. E no gatilho também é texturizado, ó. As pontinhas. As pontinhas aqui também é texturizado, ó. Cara, a pegada... Tem que jogar, né, cara? Vou ter que jogar, não adianta. Tá tão diferente, não. Quero ver a resposta, né? Que esse controle, ele tem um... Shrebbers e Nevers. Ele é... Salve, galera! Tá, gravei numa qualidade absurda, vou mandar agora pro YouTube. Se ficar ruim a transmissão, porque eu tô mandando um unboxing, viu? Então... Pronto. Os botões LT e RT estão com grip? Sim. Sim, eu vou mostrar aqui. Eu vou pegar, vou colocar a câmera pra você ver aqui. Pera aí. Pera aí.
Games are a way that we connect with others and how they meet fundamental needs that we have as humans.
Ó.
And so using games allows me to understand where my clients are and where they want to be.
Você vai focar. Vai mostrar aí. Pera aí.
And on this year we are getting married a week after the launch of the Xbox Series X and Series S. So as you can imagine,
Cadê aqui? Miniaturas. Eu tenho miniatura pronta já.
this is the closing of an era for me and the beginning of a greater era for me. And I can't wait to have the Xbox Series X in my hands so I can play some games.
Só deixar pronto aqui.
Gears Tactics, playing Forza Horizon 4 and especially playing Hellblade 2.
Gaming means the world to me. The fact I can still play with my friends who are across the other side of the world, we can still enjoy playing multiplayer every day on Xbox Live is absolutely awesome.
For me, gaming is a force for good in my life because it helps me stay connected with my friends around the world. Even though we might live in different time zones, you know that when the weekend rolls around, we are squatting up.
Gaming has been a force for good in my life by giving me the opportunity to show people how diverse a body of gamers can be. I think representation and visibility is hugely important so that we know that not all gamers are the same. It's also been great for giving me the opportunity to run charity campaigns and raise money for amazing groups.
Eu vou arrumar aqui, ó. Só colocar o foco aqui da... Tô mandando vídeo no YouTube, então vai pode ser que fique zoado aí. Pera aí.
But through the generosity of a community member that I didn't even know, by the name of Gotham Guy, he made me his +1, and I was able to go to Xbox Fan Fest, one of the best events of my gaming life.
For me, gaming on
Blá, 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 blá. Blá, 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 blá. Vou colocar aqui. Pra vocês verem. Vou pegar aqui, ó. Ó, tá vendo como é que é aqui, ó? Ó. Ó o LB como é que é, texturizado, tá vendo? Também, ó. Ó. E aqui também, ó. Ó. E... Ó. É tudo texturizado, ó. E aqui também, ó. Ó. A pegada é melhor texturizado, ó. E aqui, como eu já tinha mostrado, ó. É reto, ó. Aqui ele é reto, ó. Pega os outros, ó. Você pega o anterior, não era assim, ó. O anterior tinha essa cavidade, entendeu? E aqui era liso, ó. Você pode ver que é até brilhante, ó. É até brilhante. Eles mudaram, é fosco. E também o outro, ó, como é que é, ó. Aqui é o Elite, né? Também tem essa cavidade, ó. Essa cavidade aqui. Eles mudaram isso. O tamanho parece a mesma coisa. Falar que tá um pouquinho menor, mas eu não percebi nada de menor. Todas as reviews que eu vi do controle falaram que é o melhor já feito pela Microsoft. Só jogando mesmo pra ter certeza. Correio travaciou. Não quero nem saber de Elite 2, Lucas Panis. Não quero nem saber de Elite 2. Pra mim, só tive dor de cabeça com Elite, não recomendo, mas nem... Fernando? Esse cara foi bem robótico, né? Keep playing. Power your dreams. Ah, agora vai começar, hein? Eu nem liguei o videogame ainda, Vidente. Eu não liguei. Tá? Eu só coloquei os cabos Coloquei o cabo de rede, de força. Eu não liguei o videogame ainda. Eu vou ligar só mais tarde, não vou ligar agora. Eu acabei de editar o... unboxing, tô mandando no YouTube. E tá com problema pra entrar, pra logar na live. Então provavelmente eu vou tentar logar, vai dar pau. Então nem...
We see a future where you are at the center of your gaming experience.
Nós temos o futuro de você é o centro da experiência. Se ficar ruim a transmissão, porque eu tô mandando vídeo no YouTube, hein, gente? Colocar a pilha no... Colocar a pilha no controle. Pronto. O controle novo tá com pilha. É só apertar aqui que eu ligo, mas não vou ligar já não. Se vai ter algo grande nesse evento, vai ter uma linguiça bem grande. Uma linguiça enorme, hein? Prepara que vai ser uma linguiça monstro, cara. 12 teraflops de linguiça. Esqueçam, gente, não vai ter anúncio de coisa nova, esqueça novos jogos, isso aí não é evento pra isso, cara. É só um evento comemorativo do Series X, só, entendeu? Achando que eles vão anunciar um Rise of Rome 2, um Alan Wake 2, não, para. Não acho que vai ter isso aí não, cara, mas... Cadê o Lux pra ficar hypando aí? O controle novo, aparentemente tá melhor, mas tem que jogar, né? Vocês sabem que comigo não é bem assim, tem que pegar e jogar pra mim saber. Uma nova era de jogatina, game.
Means to me is that I'm going to be able to enjoy these incredible games the way they were meant to be enjoyed.
It feels like everything's been coming full circle after nearly 20 years of incredible gaming memories on Xbox.
This launch moment is a culmination of 5 years of innovation in the accessibility space for me.
Bom, já mandou o vídeo, o unboxing.
I think it's really cool.
Penso que é muito legal. Bom, o vídeo já mandou, agora tem que esperar, né? Já editei.
Being able to play games at 120 FPS is going to be awesome.
It gives the opportunity to create excitement in so many different ways to capture the sense of community and togetherness of gamers around the world.
Every single time that I have seen that next system come out or that next great game with awesome graphics, it reminds me of where we've come from.
For me, this launch moment means that more people than ever will be able to jump into the next generation of Xbox.
I know that I'm going to be making even more memories with even more friends, and I cannot be more excited.
Whatever your preference, whatever your choice, get out there, go play.
Não, Ted, não. Isso aí não vai acontecer, cara. Você tá viajando. Aqui nós vamos nós. Ó, Major Nelson.
Will be your host today, along with Kate, Malik, Kat, Jeff, Tifa, and many other Team Xbox members from around the world. We will also be joined by hundreds of our Xbox FanFest fans. See them up there? We are coming to you live from Studio D on the Microsoft campus here in Redmond, Washington, right outside Seattle. Now, this building that so many members of Team Xbox ordinarily work in but today the circumstances are a little bit different, so they're not coming in and out. But there have been many great memories, ideas, and games that have come from this very location. And since we all can't be together in person this year, we thought it would be fitting to bring you the stream right here from the center of the action in the atrium.
Fitting indeed, Larry. Now today, it's not about big news and reveals, it's about playing games. And that's what we're going to be doing all day on this stream. Plus, we've got a few surprises and fun, different aspects you're not going to want to miss. So we hope you're also playing games at home today with us as well, because we'll be playing right alongside you. So whether you're watching us on your primary screen, a second screen, your mobile device, we're just thankful and grateful you're joining us here.
Aí, tio, anuncia a retro e pode fechar a live. Também acho, Pedro. Anunciar a volta da retro no Series X seria ótimo, hein? Aí sim.
The Xbox One Last year, we unveiled the Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console. This year, we introduced the smallest next-generation console, the Xbox Series S. And today, people around the world are finally experiencing the future of gaming for themselves. All right. Right? I agree. Now, for the next 5+ hours, we'll be on the stream celebrating the launch of next generation of gaming with developers, publishers, celebrities, and of course, fans. We've got a great stream plan playing Watch Dogs Legions, Forza Horizon 4, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny 2, Tetris Effect Connected, and more.
So let's jump in with a new next-gen title from Xbox Game Studios that gives you a top-down perspective and, of course, the opportunity to save every human on the planet. This is Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics.
Just like we planned it. Good work, Jack.
Morreu. Calma aí, deixa eu aumentar o volume aqui. Pera aí.
Join the party.
Ah, não. Tá baixo por causa disso aqui, ó. Pera aí. Melhorou aí? Melhorou?
Well, if you insist.
Anuncia Forza Horizon 5. Eles vão falar tudo que já mostrou. Não vai ter nada. Eu não acho que vai ter nada de novo, cara. Não vou ficar esperando nada. Ó o Felice aí. Salve, Felice. Tudo jóia?
I'm so excited.
Catarina Macedo.
PC gamers have been playing this critically acclaimed game since earlier this year. But if you prefer console and haven't had a chance to play it yet, today is your lucky day as it launches on all Xbox consoles.
And you are lucky because this is a great game. But what I think you might want to know, how does a turn-based strategy game made from the ground up on PC make that move from mouse and keyboard to, I will take apart the set here, to the Xbox controller? And here to tell us more, joining us live from Vancouver up in Canada, Tyler Beelman, the Publishing Design Director up at the Coalition. Happy launch day, Tyler.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm super excited, thrilled to be here kicking off the show with you guys. And I'm so excited that everyone will get to play Gears Tactics on their consoles today.
They don't know what is coming for them because it is an excellent game.
O
say
vídeo,
you're new to the world of strategy.
o vídeo do unboxing já tá pronto. Só tô esperando o YouTube liberar a resolução 4K.
Yeah, I mean, it was a process of prototyping and proving things out, and making sure that we could take what was really essential about Gears-style combat and translating that to a different camera and a different perspective, but all the while bringing what makes Gears great to it. So we've got big boss fights, we've got incredibly satisfying combat encounters, and we've got a really amazing story to go with it. So we're really happy and proud of how Gears Tactics plays on the console.
And it's widely known that I'm a huge Gears fan. Gears Tactics doesn't really take place during the same time period as the other games, right, Tyler?
That's right. It actually takes place about 12 years before the events of the first Gears of War game. So about right around Emergence Day, well before the events of Marcus Phoenix and Gears 1. And the game revolves around a sort of reluctant hero named Gabe Diaz. And if that last name sounds familiar, this is Kate Diaz's father, Kate Diaz being the main character in Gears 5. So we get to explore his journey. He's a tactical commander.
Eu também espero, Rodrigo. Espero que a durabilidade desse controle novo seja melhor também.
He is working in the motor pool in sort of self-imposed exile, but he's brought back into the fold to fight an incredibly dangerous locust scientist named Ukon, a geneticist. And Ukon, in Gears' backstory, is the monster that makes the monsters. If you've seen those big Brumacs and Corpsers, those are Ukon's pets. And so our heroes need to go on this journey to try to stop Ukon from creating even more devastating enemies that will take down the planet Sarah.
All right, Tyler, we didn't come here to talk. We came here to play and also to talk while we're playing.
Nós não viemos aqui para falar, sim, para jogar.
You're playing live here on Xbox Series X, right? There's the controller.
Yeah,
so why don't we take this footage? Yeah, so let's load it up and let's see what we're doing. Where are we in the game here? Well, Act 2, Chapter 7.
Yeah, we've got this loaded in about 2/3 of the way through the game.
No Twitter da Xbox tem a lista de todos os jogos que vão aparecer nesse show. Vamos dar uma olhada então.
And
Vamos dar uma olhada.
I've got a 4-person squad here, but the squad now, as of today, also includes Jack, the sort of signature Gears robot companion. But as we move through the objectives here,
aqui já achei,
and I'll show you some of the basics and kind of get people who are not familiar with tactics on PC. I'll give you kind of the basics and what kind of why it's a special game. The first thing that I want to point out is that even though it is a turn-based tactics game, the game does not take place on a forced grid. You are free to move wherever you want in the game, in the map. You can create.
Vai rolar Gears Tactics, Destiny 2, Yakuza, Grounded, Forza Horizon 4, Halo, Gears 5, Bright, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Tetris, Watch Dogs, Blooper, vamos falar do The Medium, Scarlet, Dirty e Falconer.
In our game, we have 3 action points. You can divide those between your movements. So this would be a 1-action movement here, 2-action movement.
Obrigado, Elvis. Obrigado pelo carinho, cara. Eu que agradeço a audiência de vocês.
Fire your primary weapon, your secondary weapon 3 times, or you can use these skills. So you'll see
o Pedrão
the skill bar down at the bottom. These are all the cool skills that I've leveled up
lá que tá, a live tá com problema para logar. Que beleza, hein?
So,
que beleza,
this is my scout.
O mundo inteiro logando para
I'm going to look around a
console
little bit,
novo.
actually and get some scope out the battlefield. So this is an equipment case over here. And I can see a bit of the objective, but I can't see into the fog here. So we're going to move our scout up. Scouts are really good at penetrating, getting in close, and using their shotgun to finish units off.
It's a Nasher, man. It's a Nasher.
Yeah, what are you going to do, right? You're going to bounce through there, and you're going to take them out with one shot. So one other thing I'll notice, this is not something that we teach in the game. It's kind of a pro tip, is you do have this limitation, this radius of 1 action of movement. But because, we're a Gears game and we want you to be flowing into the cover, we'll give you a little extra movement. That movement up to that cover would normally cost you 2. But because you're snapping into that cover, it's going to cost you 1. So when you're playing, you want to always be looking for those little advantages that will help you conserve action. So we'll move our scout Marcella up here, and she has managed to reveal, wow, we've got our sort of hammer burst drones here. Those are sort of the normal soldier command units. And then there's a Cantus here, and I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit and show you the Cantus. And the Cantus is kind of a healer class, and it has this opportunity attack, so I can't get in super close or else it will knock me back. That zoom, actually, while I'm talking about it, this zoom is something we put in on the controller. It's on the right trigger, and that's sort of something we put in just for console users because we know you're going to be playing a little further back. So we give you the opportunity to get in, and that's really important if you're really trying to position really carefully to make sure you've got the right firing lines.
Tyler,
that zoom is also adjustable in the settings. Yeah,
just to jump in there, the team has done a lot of work to adapt a genre that's usually
the cursor to it, and so you can cycle through, even though these are not viable targets, you'll kind of end up on the right one. That kind of background work, just to make it super smooth, are the kinds of things we did. Another thing we did is on the right trigger, I mentioned the zoom, but on the left trigger, we actually slow down the cursor movement a bit, and so you can actually get a little bit more precision on where you're moving.
Não tem o que mostrar ainda, cara. Até sair demora, cara. Um jogo bom demora. Não é da noite pro dia, não.
We overhauled completely the front end where you do all the customization screens to make sure it works really perfectly with the controller.
Tyler, let's see some action here because the thing that I want to talk about is the fact that
esse jogo Gears 7 já tava no PC, tudo.
From a remove that Gears, which is known for its
eu na verdade eu tô o seguinte, cara, eu vou dar uma olhada aqui na. Eu só não tô ligando meu videogame agora. Porque eu daqui a pouco tenho que levar meu gato no. Daqui a pouco tenho que levar meu gato no.
You've done an amazing job of
no veterinário.
capturing the feel of Gears in a game that is a
tá com
completely
problema
different genre. So I'd love to just, you know,
a live
we're
tá
seeing
com
it, but I'd
problema.
love to hear a little bit more about
O
the
estado
steps
da
you
live,
took to
o
bring
galera
things
tá com
to
problema pra logar.
classic
Por quê?
gears, like
O que
a
provavelmente
Lancer,
aconteceu? Um
like,
monte de gente tá logando.
directly into a
Olha lá, o serviço tá com
or
problema.
something like that that you've done that make this game feel Gears and yet completely new.
Ainda tá entrar no
Yeah,
Xbox
I mean,
Live tá zoado.
it was really important to us that we
Deixa
that
o
we
jogo
make a game that
baixando.
feels like Gears, and part of that is making sure that we are rewarding
Tá,
aggression.
mas eu vou querer deixar
in a
gravando
lot
isso,
of,
Matt. Eu vou fazer.
turn-based tactics
Eu baixando o jogo, eu vou gravar
you
isso,
have
entendeu?
a strategy of sitting back. Yeah, I'm just trying to, again, I'm going to try to place it
Tudo
just
que eu vou
right
fazer agora, eu vou
to
gravar tudo,
maximize
Matt.
the damage
Vou
with the
deixar pra fazer
grenade.
hoje à noite,
You know, this
entendeu?
is Gears, right? So you have to push past that.
Vou jogar, Marcos. Vou jogar assim.
And take out those enemies. So what starts out as a very intimidating looking
O que eu vou fazer? Qual o planejamento? Depois que eu levar meu gato lá no veterinário e fizer lá o Break Night, eu volto. Eu vou ligar o vídeo, vou gravar um vídeo ligando a primeira vez.
Like a grenade. We really wanted to emulate what makes the Gears combat so special. And that has to do with creating flanks, pushing through fronts, and one of the mechanics that that we hit upon, you know, in about the middle of development, but it became something we doubled down on, is the execution mechanic. And I don't think I have enough actions here to show it in its sort of full potential. But if you can down a unit, actually, I'm going to use Jack here to try to protect.
Now, Jack
Sid.
is
So give
entirely
me
new because I
Jack
played this
is
game.
new
I beat the
today.
whole game on PC and I loved it. And for someone like me, it was like, okay, do I need to play this again? You've actually added a ton of new content that makes me want to go back to the game, whether I do that on Xbox Series X or S, or if I want to do that on Windows 10 PC. There's a ton of new content in terms of enemies, weapons, and of course Jack. So I would love to hear about the new stuff.
Yeah, so Jack is entirely new. He has his own unique skill tree that's unlike any of the other classes in the game. He goes on every mission with you. So you don't have to trade off your sort of offensive capability of your units for the kind of cool tricks that Jack can do. Jack comes standard with a buff called Wingman that lets you improve the accuracy and damage of the other squads. You can cloak Jack. Jack doesn't use cover, so it's important to make sure that Jack is protected. And we added a whole new area of effect element to the game. So he has these capsules, and these capsules create areas of effect that that will debuff enemies or buff your unit. So in this case, I aggressively moved Sid up into this position. So I'm going to try to protect him by using a shock capsule, which should debilitate these enemies and not allow them to move or shoot, kind of protecting him. So he's going to fire off his capsule. Because those units are shocked,
Series X can.
Position, but he doesn't have to worry about those two units.
Now, one of the hardest part of the game is always choosing what characters you want to use. You start to fall in love with different ones. You know, do I want to have, more than one sniper at the expense of giving up a scout? But you don't have to make that choice with Jack, do you?
No, absolutely not. And in fact, I mean, Jack's skill trees, I mean, those are still difficult choices because he has all of these cool toys that you want to use. So, he brings a lot of different options to the battlefield. I'll just move up a bit here.
He doesn't take up a slot, does he?
No, he doesn't. He goes on every mission with you, every side mission, every story mission. It was really important for that we really embrace the player here, and we want to give the player a ton of different tools. We're going to put you in really challenging situations. We're going to throw tons of enemies at you, but the depth and your cleverness will always, well, in a lot of cases, not always, should help you get out of it. And that was something that we felt like was important as we developed the game on the PC, and then in translating it to console, making sure it still has that feel. I've found myself in a bad position.
And to overcome all these enemies, could you walk us through how do you go about squad building and trying to find the best characters for each one of the challenges that you have on Gears Tactics?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I can leave the mission and show you kind of where you do all the customization.
Tá falando do jogo aí, gente. Blá, 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 blá do jogo aí. Blá, blá, blá.
In the game, heavy, sniper, support, scout, and vanguard. Each of them has a signature Gears weapon. So they have, in the case of the support character, they have the signature Lancer. You can see here, Gabe, our hero, who's carrying the Lancer.
Deixa isso aqui, tá bom?
one of the things people told us very early on when we were developing is how much they loved the skills. If you're an RPG fan and you're looking for sort of a deep experience in that way, we've got an incredible depth of skills. So each of your support classes can be built entirely differently. You can see all the skills that I've got unlocked on Gabe here on the right side. In addition, every weapon has weapon mod slots, so you can customize the stock, the magazine, the scope, the barrel, and so there's a lot of different options for you there. And you collect these weapon mods through the progression of the game and by those equipment cases in the level, and that really allows you to build out these ultimate builds the way you want. The same thing goes with the armor. Ooh, there's an epic destroyer vest here. That's pretty cool. You should probably have that equipped on.
And some of the gold tier accessories can really be game changers.
Deixa aqui embaixo.
You know, even affect like
eu coloquei uma câmera ali no console pra hora que eu ligar, vocês verem ele ligando ali, entendeu?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, but one of the things Jack can do, actually, again, kind of a pro tip, is Jack can go retrieve those chests for you. So again, you're not trading your offensive power for that. Which is pretty cool. When you go to
your gamer tags out there, I think that's how you know we're doing this live.
Yeah, absolutely. So
tá, vou deixar assim.
This is the mission
e depois eu vou gravar o.
We have that mission we were just on.
A câmera já tá ali, ó.
You choose who you want to take on the mission from your roster.
Nossa, mudei tudo aqui.
Oh, there's Cole making a special appearance in his Thrashball armor. Look at that.
Cole is awesome, by the way. We'll talk more about later on how to unlock him, and it's very easy to do, and you're going to want him.
Yeah, it's really cool that he comes with a unique set of armor that gives you a little boost in the early game by having it.
This is great. Let's
Barulho toda hora
talk a
pipocando.
lot about all the things that are
Toda hora, play, vocês estão vendo?
New armor, you're getting a new character in Jack. It was essentially a fifth wheel.
Descobriram a GT do cara, estão fludando. Ah, é verdade.
Wow, this game must be getting
Olha lá,
easier.
verdade. Pegaram a GT do cara, tá todo mundo adicionando o cara.
Yeah, we knew we really.
Não, tô adicionando ele lá, ó.
Tools without giving you more options.
Os caras estão mandando mensagem fludando o cara, velho.
Class of enemies called the Deviants.
O cara não tirou as notificações, cara.
Rejects. They're a little overpowered, a little unruly. So there are 5 new deviant enemies, and those deviants have
mensagem pra não sei o que lá. Adicionou um amigo. Nossa.
Captain for the encounters.
A negada mandando mensagem, cara. Não para, ó.
That you go through. So, for example, the deviant wretch.
Mensagem.
That will make all the wretches around.
Nossa, cara, se o cara não tirar. Eu já tirei notificação das minhas lives há muitos anos, cara. Não dá pra deixar a notificação. Não dá pra deixar. Deixar a notificação é isso aí, ó. Ó, o cara.
Every time a deviant is on the field, you have to be very.
Ele percebeu, só que ele não tem o que fazer, entendeu?
In a different way. And so we've sort of sprinkled those throughout the campaign. So again, even if you've played a single act on PC or played through the whole game, it's a very different experience when you get to the console. And then the last thing I'll
acho que nem questão de trollar, Jonathan. Os caras querem adicionar mesmo, mandando mensagem.
We've added an equipment tier.
Não para a mensagem, ó. Os caras não param.
Going into these weapon mods.
From Del Safadão, olha lá. Del Safadão. Tem brasileiro mandando mensagem lá, Del Safadão. Eu tô vendo os Gamertag aqui.
But those have a synergy to them. So for example, if you have all of the different weapon mods of Supreme for the sniper rifle, it turns it into a crit machine, and that just keep critting over and over again. And
agora acabou, agora parou.
To take down those high-powered enemies that might be a little bit further back, like the Cantus, that are trying to buff up the enemy team.
Tyler, if you had to put it out there, what's your favorite squad and what's your favorite formation on Gears Tactics? What would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Scout and Vanguard classes because they do what Gears does really well. It allows you to push through,
Sandro Garcia,
find a flanking route, and deliver a high amount of offense without the enemy having the benefit of cover. So I tend to lean into Scouts. They also have a cloak ability, which allows them to push through. And then the Vanguard's kind of interesting. We have a lot of different more traditional.
Não sei que lá convidou você para entrar no clube, não sei o quê.
But the Vanguard is sort of unique in that the Vanguard has a straight ahead sort of attitude. So whereas the Scout, you might want to cloak or flank around. What you want to do with the Vanguard is push forward.
Os caras estão fludando o maluco aí.
And sort of move through the fronts that way.
we're taking a look here at Gabe Diaz, and you mentioned earlier that Gabe is Kate's mom, and you're going to learn
Kate's
a little
dad,
bit. I mean, Kate's dad, yes. And you're going to learn a little bit more about her lineage going in. But something I just want to call out, I love strategy RPGs. I played.
Imaginar que no Brasil a gente tá recebendo console igual todo mundo, né?
Mario Rabbids. If it has
milagre, né?
tactics in it, I will play that game. Very few of those games have a really good story, and you've put a ton of work into the story. There was even like one point later in the game where I was like, I couldn't believe it. So talk about the story and the world building that goes into this. This is not just like map, and on forever.
Yeah, I mean, the game takes place in Vasgar, partially, which is a region
o primeiro que o rei que tá nos Estados Unidos. Verdade, ela.
Discover in Gears 5, except this is many years earlier. And so you can...
Olha lá, agora vamos...
Some of the things if you're a deep Gears fan.
Se sobrar tempinho, ela, vamos brincar no Remedy. Vamos ver se vai ter diferença no Remedy.
Whether or not we could create a tactics game.
Eu tô morrendo de rir, vazou a GT do brother.
A little more omniscient and a little less personal.
Os caras
we do that, create a story around a main character that you grow to care about. Surround that character with supporting characters like
Eu acho que o problema não é batizar GT.
The Gabe story to life.
O problema é o cara não ter bloqueado as notificações, né, cara?
Which of course looks amazing on the new hardware. And that was, for us, part of Gears are big boss fights, and we've got those. It's that sort of character-focused story. We've got that. It's incredibly relevant to the lore. So, in addition to the basic combat and intensity,
Antes eu jogava a melhor versão. Parece que o jogo virou, né, amiguinho?
Eu
acho que eu vou jogar a versão. Se bem que eu vou. A versão vai ser igual.
Added a lot of new stuff to the game on the PC too, and you've talked about it for a little bit here too. Is there anything else in the game that you want to talk about and show us?
Yeah, I mean, there's new achievements. So for those achievement hunters out there, we've added.
Comprei na Amazon na pré-venda no primeiro dia e não me mandaram. Consegui falar com eles e disseram que estão sem estoque.
So there's plenty of
cara, eu
stuff
comprei no dia
there
30 de
hunt down.
setembro,
And of
cara, e
course, just
recebi
a
hoje.
note, you can play anywhere. So if you've started your games on PC and you come over to console either through Game Pass or buying the game,
eu tenho que baixar o jogo ainda, viu,
left off and continue
eu vou querer deixar baixando o jogo, então.
To our technical director, Cam, like that was the.
Depois que eu vou lá no. Daqui a pouco eu já tenho que ir, daqui
whether you played it or not. Whether
20
you
minutos
are
já tô saindo.
a long-time tactics player or a Gears player or even someone kind of from an RPG background, we believe there's something for everyone with tactics.
For sure. Thank you, Tyler, so much for being here today with us and for showing Gears Tactics to everyone at home.
Já liberou o vídeo em 4K.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Happy launch.
A live tá com problema, viu, gente?
So that is Gears Tactics, which everyone can play now on PC,
a live tá com problema,
Xbox One,
não consegue
today, Xbox
entrar na
Series
live.
X and S. And of course, it's on Xbox Game Pass.
I think Tyler's got a lot of mail to sort through now and a lot of
problema no
messages.
microfone.
So if you play the game by December 4th, you're going to get the Thrashball Cole character pack. We saw a little bit of that and what that includes.
O Bright mesmo é fácil de mexer, saiu as conquistas, né?
Spade. He's got his, his famous
Saiu as
catchphrases.
conquistas, né? Eu não vi.
And like all the things you love about Coltrane is into this game as well. So you're going to want to get that. Plus, all you got to do is complete the tutorial and you get the Armored Gabe character skin to use in
que tá rolando?
Linguiça. Multiplayer. So it all connects together. So while we can't be together for this in-person celebration, and we love having you up here, but we do miss seeing you, we can still celebrate. So we're bringing our fans together virtually through an Xbox Fan Mosaic. So if you want to participate, go to fanmosaic.com/Xbox Fan Mosaic. There's dashes in there. We're going to put that up down there for you. And you can share your gaming selfie, and we'll watch the Mosaic come together during the stream. The whole world is playing Xbox today, and that goes for Team Xbox too. We're playing, as soon as we get off camera, we're going back there, we're going to be playing Gears Tactics. So throughout the stream, we're going to be checking in on all of our friends here at Team Xbox to see how it's going.
All right, guys, we're going to be recording some Squadrons gameplay for the fine folks at Xbox. So we're just chilling today, going to get a few games in. You guys want to warm up with a dogfight, and then we'll dive into fleet battles?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's knock off that space dust. Take out those Wookiee hairs. Get on it.
Ion cannon away. The first ion missile is away.
Can't get away from
peaceful.
launch.
Hey, wing on me. He's 25 health. If anyone can make some magic happen. Oh, it's not gonna matter because we go down. Game's a who.
It's a who. Punch it, Chewie.
That's a big
Star Wars, tem Star Wars novo?
No. Oh, they got me, dude. That bomber is doing such a good job. Coming around to make a bombing run. Oh, come on, baby. Dang. Oh man, this has been an interesting day of squadrons. Not our best, not our worst, but absolutely super fun. This game runs and feels great on the Series X. For folks lucky enough to be playing on the Series X this week, we hope you enjoy launch day. We hope you enjoy launch week, and excited to see what different games you're going to be playing. But there's so many good games coming out this week. You got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny's new DLC, Call of Duty hits at the end of the week. I mean, my goodness, there's just too much to play.
Are you a huge fan of Xbox? Want to spend time with that community, unlock special access to exclusive experiences, sweepstakes, Xbox gear, and more? Well, I've got good news for you. Xbox Fan Fest has gone digital. Join for free today, and in addition to all the other benefits, you'll also get access to today's drop of exclusive merch into the Xbox Fan Fest gear shop. And you can also opt in to our Xbox Launch Celebration Fan Fest sweepstakes for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, Series S, and that awesome custom Xbox Series X fridge. Now, the winners will be drawn at 3 p.m. Pacific time today and announced before the end of the
geladeira.
launch. So if you're 18 or over and want to join, sign up now at Xbox.
E ó, eu só tô cobrindo esse evento. Eu tô, ó, vocês estão vendo, eu tô com o videogame ali, ó, no pente ali pra ligar ele. Eu só não vou ligar ele agora. Eu só não vou ligar agora, porque vocês sabem, né? Se eu for ligar o videogame, só termina meia-noite. Então, eu adiantei aqui, o vídeo vai entrar assim, o unboxing, né? Vai entrar assim. Eu só não vou ligar agora que eu tenho que sair, né? Então eu vou largar aqui ó, o evento linguiça aí.
All across the country in America and all over the world. Kids who are in need, kids who are fighting the good fight, kids who are hospitalized getting treatment, and we have delivered these smiles, if you will, over the years. So, the exciting announcement is I'm teaming up with Xbox once again. We are getting ready to launch to the world, of course, the brand new Xbox Series
Já
X.
foi uma de... Hoje foi uma de... Deixa eu ver
I have an
aqui.
opportunity to team up with Xbox and deliver some of the very first
Hoje
Xbox
já foi
Series
uma
X
de...
consoles to kids all across the country in 20 hospitals, and we are teaming up with a charitable organization called Gamers Outreach. Now, Gamers Outreach is this awesome organization that provides video games and software to help kids cope with their stays in hospitals as they're getting their treatment and fighting the good fight. This is a look at the very first special edition rock outfitted Xbox Series X console. So we are
Hoje vai ter bastante conteúdo, hein, cara.
across the country with the Rock Go-Kart specials. That will obviously include this Xbox Series X. Holding this controller really brings back memories, because me as being an avid gamer, I mean, I just remember the nights where I would stay up all night long and I would just get my ass kicked playing games. What is important is over the next year, we have over 50,000.
Eu já fiz uma live de 1h05. Depois eu fiz mais uma de 1h50. Já são quase 3 horas de live. E essa aqui já tá dando 50 minutos. Ah, hoje não é live 1h50. Hoje são quase 3 horas de live. E essa aqui...
Getting your treatments in the United States and all around the world. I send you love, I send you love, I send you strength, I send you mana. Stay strong and have a great holiday season and enjoy your new Xbox.
Eu acho que se eu tiver no canal da Xbox BR, tem legenda isso aqui.
Man, I'm so excited about this new system dropping.
I've actually booked 2 weeks off work, specifically for this.
I'm already planning on giving my old Xbox to my mother.
Non vedo l'ora di poter toccare con mano la nuova generazione di console.
I'm going to go pick it up curbside, bring it home, hook it up, get everything going, and then I'm going to press the go live button and enjoy it with my community.
And I'm planning to play a lot of new games with the Xbox Game Pass.
The following week, I'll be playing Master Chief Collection, the original Halo Combat Evolved, in 4K, 120 frames per second, thanks to the new upgrades for Series X.
It's been really great having those games pretty much our entire lives now. So I would have to say we are super excited about this new Xbox launch, and especially for Halo Infinite when that comes out.
Eu vou ligar
Nothing really feels better than coming home and hopping online to play with the boys and get a few matches done.
Super pumped for the next console launch. Let's go.
I cannot wait to see what the 4th generation of Xbox gaming brings, because right now it just looks incredible.
Hey everyone, it's Phil Spencer. Thanks to all our fans and players around the world for joining us today. You're the heart of our vision for the future of gaming, and this launch celebration is all about you. We're thrilled to see so many of you around the world playing games.
Atualizada 4h37 e nada ainda, com problema ainda. Entrar na live tá com problema.
So to everyone who has an Xbox in their home, and all of those who have their heart set on getting one down the road, and everyone that loves video games and what they bring to you, thank you. So, let's do what we came here to do and play some games. First, here's a look at a game I play a ton of, a trailer for Destiny 2
O esquema tá
Beyond
no
Light.
pente aqui, ó. Já, como eu falei, eu deixei o videogame ali, ó. Tá no pente.
The light and dark ready themselves for a new phase. So must we.
A live do Xbox não tá pegando. Não tô, segundo o site ali do Xbox Status, não tá conseguindo fazer login. Não tá conseguindo logar, cara.
We are deploying Guardians to all corners of the system to find answers.
Hoje recebi uma pesquisa no preview perguntando quantos Xbox você tem. Você tem 3, né? Ou 2, olha lá. Você tem... Quantos Xbox você tem?
The Vanguard only recognizes the light. Someone has to do the same for the dark. Stasis is just a tool. We must use it for good. This power is a gift.
Salve, Fidelis. 3? É só for contar meu One S, o Fat.
One by one.
Tô com 5 Xbox aqui. Tô com 2 360, um One S, o Fat e agora o Monstrinho. Agora dá pra fazer a conquista com 6 controles. Tem um jogo... Oh, descobri um jogo, olha lá. Você que falou pra mim, né? Tem um jogo que precisa de 6 controles, cara. Vocês têm noção disso? Um jogo que precisa de 6 fucking controles, cara. Ninguém merece, né, cara? Até o... Mas o louco de pinga, ele não tá logando em plataforma nenhuma. Nem no FAT, nem no S, nem em lugar nenhum. É um problema na live, cara. Aqui tá logando normal. Se alguém puder testar aí pra mim, ver se tá funcionando. Eu só vou logar depois, né? Eu vou largar aqui a live comendo a linguiça. A linguiça vai deixar comendo aí, entendeu? Ah, o Pedrão falou que tá normal. Tirei e reiniciei aqui, tá normal. Fala, tu vai ter que baixar os jogos de novo do Series X? Sim e não. Sim e não. Por que sim e não? Porque tem uma boa parte que tá no meu HD externo, né? Aí eu vou fazer outro vídeo hoje. Como que é ligando o... Vou pegar o HD externo e ligar ao vivo, pra vocês verem como é que é. Entendeu?
Hey, as I said, big fan of
E vai ter anúncio de jogo novo? Não, Caio, é só linguiça, cara. Só mais do mesmo aí, celebração e linguiça. Celebração e linguiça. Jogo novo é evento específico, né?
Game looks and plays great on Series X and Series S, and it will look even better when the next-gen update launches in December. My good friend, Pete Parsons, CEO of Bungie, is here to play the game with me on Xbox Series X, both of which launch today. Woo. Hey, Pete.
Good to see you, Phil.
Good to see you. It's we get to play. They put controllers in our hands and they completely lose us. I'm already getting ready to play. But
they almost think that we're good at this.
Well, you better Sherpa me through this because I've never played Beyond Light. This will be my first time. I'm excited.
Faz vídeo explicativo como passar do HD externo pro SSD interno. Vou fazer, Bruno. Pode ficar tranquilo. Pode ficar sossegado.
and launch Beyond Light? Like,
Na verdade,
really
o meu vídeo, Bruno, o meu vídeo mostrando a velocidade de quanto tempo leva para transferir, já vai ser meio que um tutorial mostrando como que faz, entendeu?
As are you.
Yeah.
And the community has become a really important part of everything who we are.
Não, o tamanho que eles estão filmando é enorme, Alan. É um enorme lugar aí.
It feeds us.
É dentro da Microsoft isso aí, um negócio enorme. Olha o tamanho disso aí, cara.
And we also have this ongoing dialogue with the community, and so we're super excited about where.
E tem algo de bom? Linguiça, né, cara? Linguicinha boa, hein?
Because not only is
ó, gente, seguinte, ó, já tá meio que no horário aqui.
Continued focus on
eu vou
community,
deixar vocês aí com a linguiça.
For us are
vou deixar e vou trocar aqui, ó.
Thanks,
vou colocar
and I think the partnership that we have around Game Pass right now in the game has been fantastic
aqui,
to see.
Lugar.
And really, when I think about Bungie and Xbox and our history through Xbox Live and so many of the things that we've done together, it just seems natural that we working together to bring Beyond Light and the new generation of consoles with great updates. You know, 2020 has been a challenging year when you think about all that you've had to do at the studio to get Beyond Light done. Any unique challenges?
Vocês veem que não é foto, ó. Vocês estão achando que é foto.
We have a long history together, and that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And Game Pass has been really great for us to engage in. And you know, we moved the entire studio out in March, which is a long time.
Por sinal disso, obrigado a ela. Essa webcam que ela que você mandou para mim.
We're really proud of the work. I'm incredibly proud of the work the team has done for Beyond Light. But it is largely a product of everyone being.
Bom, eu vou deixar vocês aí então com a linguiça.
And so when I look at not only I'm completely inspired by the work of the team to make it, but also of our operations IT security team allowing us or giving us the ability to be able to move out and be productive. That said, you know, working from home poses its own challenges. So this has been it's been a long road, and yet I think the work speaks for itself.
That's awesome. And to be launching a console today and having Beyond Light come out at the same time seems like, you know, a special moment for Bungie.
It's very exciting for us. And as you know, it's a long history. We have a long history of partnering with Xbox with launches. And it's kind of fun to see that come, you know, back around. It's been many, many years since we started on this journey together.
Okay.
And,
well, we're going to start playing. I think we're on an Xbox Series X here. Again, I have no idea. Oh, there you are. I have no idea what are we looking at here? Why don't you explain a little bit where we are?
At its heart, the pyramid ships have come back into the system with the Seasons of Arrival, and now we're going to have to deal with that in both the new locations that we have, so Jupiter and Europa.
Nice.
As well as new powers where we ultimately decide to wield the darkness with stasis. And so that's what we're going to do.
And just so I'm clear, you did take my light level, right? Let me see it.
Don't.
Okay. More grinding to do. Let's go.
All right.
Your old pal Drifter was.
Do you know where we go?
It's time to ditch the light, good, dark, bad dogma.
Oh, you're talking to that
Folks
guy.
are finally starting to see it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk with the Drifter.
Okay.
And then we'll head on.
Just let me have this one, Three Eyes.
You ready?
All right?
I think
Just
so.
once.
I'm ready. Oh, do I need to talk to him too? Okay, sorry.
So if you remember, we have characters coming back from Destiny 1, the Stranger.
There we go, sorry.
I know. I owe you an
We will get through
explanation
this.
for all this.
We will. I hope.
I am
Guardians
the
to
biggest
destroy the
consumer of Destiny lore.
Prevent
It's actually not
darkness's
true.
arrival.
Not true.
Yeah.
The Grimoire.
Actually, one of the things that I
Been
love
achieved,
is that the team
but
has
I
done
now
such a
know
good
that
job
fate
of
comes
building
knocking
lore
sooner or
over the
later.
years that
The
you know,
floodgates
not
are
only do we
open.
have
The darkness
you know,
is here.
members of our community who are
I wield
focused
it
on
now
just
and
lore,
intend to stop our enemies
but we
where
even
the
have
light cannot.
achievements that are lore
Your
based. And so
resilience within the
You
pyramid
do.
proves you're
I'm just kind of
capable
a put
wielding
the
it too.
crosshair on the enemy and pull the trigger.
Before us lies what we
That's my
call a
Destiny play,
ziggurat.
and I love it.
Its
And the grind.
purpose is temptation. To begin your training, you must give in.
Okay.
Here.
Ah, that looks familiar.
all right.
Please.
Okay, I'm following. Oh, you're already going.
All right, so we're on the surface of Europa.
Okay. No enemies yet.
Nope.
Can I hit you with a grenade?
You can.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so we're going to try to uncover the secrets here. So I heard you
I understand why you're going along with the strangers.
Some of your team meetings on Inside Destiny. Is that true?
Telling us everything.
I will, any excuse. Do I want this?
Yeah.
Okay. Any excuse I have to play video games, I'll do it. I've done in Destiny, Minecraft Dungeons. You kind of have to temper the one-on-one based on the kind of player skill of who you're meeting with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's
The
locked.
longer we're here, the more nervous I get.
That one's locked.
Not that I think you can't handle
That
it.
one's locked.
I know you can.
They're locked for you. Oh, we have a waypoint. Here we go. It's over there.
Idea of what that might be.
All right.
We're definitely.
Oh, look, it's Destiny. So we're going to go to one area. We're going to go back. And
Oh,
we're gonna go
stop.
Back. Look, sorry. Anybody who's looked at my hours played on this kind of. Oh. Okay.
All right.
So we're on Europa right now.
We are. So there's Jupiter in the distance.
Looks good. So this right now is running 60 frames per second.
Yeah, 60 frames a second. But what do you want
What's
to say?
Crucible running at?
Do you want to say the fun thing about
Well,
Crucible?
you guys did the work. You should say it.
Well, no, you get the. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I'm not a huge Crucible player. I'm very good at getting shot in Crucible, but I do know playing Crucible at 120 would be amazing.
And
so
we are announcing today, right now, Crucible at 120 frames a second.
Thank you for that. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Super exciting. I can't wait to play. I was actually talking with a friend of mine. Actually, she was on earlier, Katarina. We're both looking forward to playing this evening.
I think I can get shot twice as fast at 120 frames per second.
I think you probably can. I think last time we were rolling strikes, right?
Yeah, we were. That was fun. We had a good time. I still have that banner that I got for doing that. People ask me all the time, hey, how'd you get that banner? It's a secret.
Oh, people...
Oh, there's people in.
All right.
So launch day at Bungie. What's going on back at the studio right now?
Well, you know, the studio, it's such an interesting time at the studio because the studio is largely empty.
Yeah.
And we have our online teams. They're standing by as we look for the traffic that's coming in.
Because you've launched on all platforms today.
Launched on all platforms today. So it's a super exciting time for the studio. Once again, you know, we've been managing seasons for the last 7 or 8 months, but this is, you know, our biggest content drop in a very, very long time. And so for the team to be able to have this experience is pretty incredible.
I'm not used to looking at this gamer tag for you. You've recently changed your gamer tag, I understand.
Okay. Yeah, you know, you helped me out on that. So everyone, my gamer tag for 20 years has been Mango.
Mango.
And a good friend of mine, April McKee, 20 years ago, asked me what I wanted for a gamer tag, and I said P squared, P2. And as a backup, it was Mango.
Yeah.
And I was told that I needed to go with Mango because they couldn't do a 2-character gamer tag. Turns out...
There's a way to make that work.
Turns out there's a way to make it work. Phil Spencer did with P3. And
I think they weren't telling you the truth because I've been P3 since the original. Oh, and look at this. Graviton
I think they
Lance. Graviton Lance works well in P2.
Anyway, Phil. So
they changed my. So I now have the new stasis.
Yep. Now
so
you
talk
have
to me about
stasis.
this.
Yeah. So stasis essentially is wielding the darkness. It largely has to do with elements of freezing or binding your enemies.
So that's...
Or blocking them off in walls like I just did with my grenade. Or dying like you would do.
No, I'm not dead, don't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Do not. My excuse is they have me sitting like 20 feet from my screen. But I'm not dead yet.
It is a long way away from the screen. Anyway, Phil, so you and between you and April, after 20 years, reconstituted my original request for P squared. And so now...
Is that what we're going with? We're not calling it P2.
It's not P2, you're P3. And I'm not going to take that away from you.
So we're going with...
Because P squared or P2 is obviously a better number.
Yeah, it's less than. So that's the one way of putting it.
And I really appreciate it, actually. Uh-oh. Oh, what happened here? Oh my gosh.
My
Did you die?
Didn't work.
Oh, no,
I heard you're going to nerf my
then I died.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Right. This is called two middle-aged guys playing video games.
No, now it's not. Now it's called... Oh, it's a pound. Okay. Oh, it freezes on it and kills it. Okay.
Yeah. Did you pop a super yet?
Yeah, right now.
Can't see anything.
Do I still have the headbutt is still in? Nice. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go get that.
I died.
I know. I'm gonna come over here and help you.
I blame you, though.
Wait a minute. Let me first let me mope. It makes me sad.
No!
I'm gonna get a shot.
Okay.
Now you can mope on me. That was my bad. I'm not gonna let you.
No, this is no.
This is first encounter. Okay, let's actually play. We have a lot of gold bars here. Oh, man.
I'm not selling this.
That's okay. Bad. It's my first time playing it, so. Now we're on. What is the...
Okay.
Oh, wow, they keep saying that.
Well, we're also...
Are we under level?
There's just a bunch of scary exclamation marks around all of the combatants.
We're just going to slow down. Take our time. We have like 15 minutes.
That's what we're going to do.
Turtle.
We're going to hide for 15 minutes.
Okay, here. They seem to be powering up our stages a lot. So we'll do this. If I freeze them, can you at least shoot them? I'm the one wreaking havoc on all these.
Hey, in all seriousness, the launch of this is the launch of the new console is really exciting for us.
Thanks.
Not just in terms of new consoles are awesome, but I think I said it before and I'll say it again. The push that Xbox is making towards social. One of the things we've talked about with Destiny going all the way back to 2009, Phil, was we wanted Destiny wherever you are and whatever your mood, and so and to become that social experience that people want, that third place where ultimately you have these great casual encounters, but you also have these intense encounters as well. And I think we've been able to do that, but I think Xbox has been able to pull that off with continuing to build on social, but also continue to build on Game Pass. So we have more people are able to engage with the Destiny universe and become a part of it and part of the community. And on top of that, just the ability to play on multiple devices is also incredibly important. I remember, how long was it ago you showed me you were playing on your phone? Yeah, no, I mean,
it's like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so Phil came by the studio like 2 years ago and was playing on his phone. I couldn't believe it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
And just the idea of our ability to, oh, did you die? I'm sorry.
I've like revived you 3 times while you've been chatting, so. No, we've talked a lot about your guys' vision. I think Bungie.net was an inspiration for a lot of the things that we looked at, which was obviously created before we were garbage right now, on Xbox Live, and just watching how you guys have evolved that service. And it's great to get to partner on where you want to take this, and maybe even talk to you about other things that Bungie could be working on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of the team, and we continue with the building and growing the Destiny universe, and we have many, many years ahead of us to continue to build and grow Destiny, but we're also working on other things as well. And one of the fun things about working with you and the rest of the team is, I think we've tried to make a universe that will that welcomes you, like no matter where you are.
Yeah.
No matter where you're from, how you identify, like we have this inviting environment that you can come in and just have a great time.
That's awesome.
And if you just want to shoot some stuff and get an achievement from it, that's great. If you want to go and do much more intense activities like pinnacle activities like raids, or Nightfall, you can totally do that. And so we offer this great range of fun things to do that are more fun to do with or in front of your friends. And that's always a great. Okay.
Season rank, look at that.
Oh my gosh, I can't see anything I can't see what you're saying. All right.
Oh, they're moving us. They're moving us. We went too slow.
Where are we going?
They're fast forwarding us.
Okay. Yeah, so it's been fun to be part of that partnership. I mean, I think we share a lot of the same common DNA. Certainly, we've had an incredibly long relationship with each other. But yeah, at its core, Destiny has to be a great game. It has to do a lot of fun things. It has to be this hopeful, inviting world. But engaging you socially and allowing you to be a part of this larger community with your friends ultimately is the most important thing that I think we can do. And it's pretty humbling when you see just the level of engagement that we have with our community and how important our community is to us. I'm laughing right now because I'm sure I'm getting lots of messages from our community because of people I play with, and I know you do too.
Yeah.
And that's just super exciting when your favorite game is also your favorite community of people, and it's pretty rare to have that.
One of the things, there we go, I think. When we were talking about Xbox, maybe people don't know your history with us.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I was at Microsoft a long time ago. Phil and I used to work together in games, and a few of us worked on actually the original Xbox.
Yep.
And then we also acquired Bungie.
Yep.
And that happened in May of 2000, if you can believe it. I can't believe it. We're getting old, man.
We are, yeah. I think getting doesn't need to be in there. I think.
And so I was an early employee on the Xbox, and as were you. And we worked on the acquisition of Bungie, and then I was ultimately fortunate enough to flip over and work on the Bungie side. I've been there pretty much ever since.
How many years has it been now with you at Bungie?
Well, the entire span has been about 18 and a half years. Wow. And so, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I'm super inspired. I'm super inspired by the team. Even during the pandemic, Phil, every week we do this team meeting, and I get an opportunity to tell people how much I miss them. How much I want to see their faces.
Yeah.
And talk about what we're doing, and we've just been able to assemble this collection of some of the most talented, passionate, inspirational people you've ever met, and it keeps growing. I mean, I think I was employee 44 when we started, and
there's more than that now.
There is more than that now. It's several hundred people, not only working on Destiny but working on new projects.
Yeah.
And we're an independent developer, and so we've also built out our own, publishing infrastructure, and ability to communicate with our fan base. And so that's been an exciting journey. And,
yeah, it's been awesome to see. You guys have done an amazing job.
Thank you. Yeah, really. I mean, well, I have to say the same thing about you all. But, all right, we're playing.
I am still listening to this. You. There you are. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting.
And she will show herself.
I'm going to pretend like everything's going fine. I'm just playing.
Is it not working for you?
No, it's just about to work.
Okay.
Just going to about to
work.
Oh,
look at that. Okay.
Anyway, so this is I think we're going to come up against Aramis, as we've had the new pyramid ships have come into the system. A new force has arrived that wields the darkness on Europa, and that is what we're going to tackle.
Nope.
Anyway, so going back to our long history, I mean, obviously we have a long history with Microsoft and with the Xbox. I always think about not only the launch of Halo CE as it's known now, but certainly, I think we changed the world together with Xbox Live and Halo 2, and I think we continue to do that kind of work together. Hopefully, Game Pass and then Beyond Light and the launch of the new consoles will be a continuation of our great history.
And the fact that, I mean, obviously it's not just Xbox that's launching right now. PlayStation has a big launch. You guys have a big presence there. You've grown your presence on PC. I mean, just the complexity that you guys manage now with all the different platforms, just great to see how you've connected those communities, allow me to move between PC and Xbox, which I do quite a bit, playing back and forth. I just really love how you've embraced letting people play where they want to play.
Yeah, and we have cross-generational play, which we're doing as well, and we'll continue to push on making sure that if you want to play our game, you can, and you can play with your friends no matter where you are, and no matter what device you're on. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to push towards that because we think the Destiny universe is pretty special. And I'm excited because we have this really great roadmap ahead of us for the Destiny universe. Beyond Light kicks off a new trilogy inside of that universe. And then after that, you'll see new games coming from Bungie as well. And it's been fortunate that we've been able to build up the kind of talent that's able to continue to build and grow the Destiny universe as well as think about new things.
Cool. Well, I think that's about it. You've seen some more talented players than I playing through.
And I.
Really excited to get to play Beyond Light. Like I said, I'll probably be on tonight playing. Appreciate the great partnership with Bungie. It's always fun. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
And to everybody who's waiting to play this game, jump in. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be exciting times. I'll see you everybody tonight. I'll be online on Xbox.
See ya.
All right. Take care.
He's the ex-military rock star that headlines Cyberpunk 2077. And though he's been a part of the franchise since its tabletop days, what do we really know about Johnny Silverhand?
I love this town. The city of endless opportunity. Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on. City like any other. Legends are born here.
Johnny Silverhand is a rocker boy, and a rocker boy is a character class from the original 2020 pen and paper game. A rocker boy is a very charismatic individual who's able to lead and inspire others. Johnny Silverhand is one of the most famous of them from his time with the band Samurai, and also well known for his political activism. Johnny Silverhand was born in College Station, Texas. He joined the military at a young age and became part of the Second Central American War, an ill-fated American war that takes place in the late 1990s in the cyberpunk timeline. He abandoned the war, becoming disillusioned with the United States and the world at large, and signed up with a group of Aldecaldos that were traveling back to America. In a world ruled by corporations, Johnny Silverhand stands against them, Arasaka Corporation most notably. He's extremely anti-authoritarian, and in the past he's led direct action against the corporations, including starting a riot at Arasaka headquarters and later leading a band of mercenaries in a direct assault against them.
How about we go over the plan?
Johnny Silverhand is a very strong-willed individual who is a bit of a narcissist. He can also be a bit of a jackass and is really suffused with his own anger. In 2077, you may see graffiti that says, "Where's Johnny?" It's been over 50 years since Johnny was seen last, and it's assumed that he died at the end of the Fourth Corporate War and the Arasaka Tower explosion that he presumably caused. Of course, if you play the game, you'll find out for sure. I'll be interested to see what people think of Johnny Silverhand. On one hand, he's played by a supremely charismatic actor, Keanu Reeves. But on the other hand, Johnny can be quite arrogant and bellicose at the same time. So we'll see what people think. I'm very excited to join this Xbox launch celebration and be part of this fun Johnny Silverhand moment.
It's easy to see why we're a fan of Johnny Silverhand, and that's why we constructed a 20-foot replica of his hand that you can control. Here's a behind-the-scenes look on how we did it. For the past 24 hours, we've had a poll on Twitter where fans can vote with emojis to select the gesture that this 1,700-pound hand will make next. And the fans have voted for the winning gesture, and that is... All right, so like I mentioned before, you have control of this. A new poll is up on Twitter right now, so go check it out and keep voting. We'll reveal the next gesture before the end of the show.
We finally arrived at the launch of the all-new Xbox consoles. To celebrate this momentous occasion, we had a number of events kicked off around the globe. Queenstown, New Zealand, the first place in the world to launch, became Greenstown. They launched their own launch live stream and turned the town green for a day, complete with a huge Xbox Series X floating in the Wakatipu Lake with a dreamlike mapped light show. Don't believe me? See it for yourself.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, fulfill all your wishes. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. And then you would get more and more adventurous. And you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
What's good? Hey, hey.
Shall we begin?
Pretty incredible. And did you catch that? Hidden within our regional celebrations like what we saw at Greenstown, there are 7 glyphs. These glyphs, when combined and decoded, produce one word. Can you decode the dream? Find all 7 glyphs, then use the cipher we'll show at the end of this stream to reveal the anagram you need to unscramble and solve. All right, once you have that, then you tweet the keyword that includes the hashtag SolveForX and hashtag sweepstakes to be entered to win our Hero Prize Bundle, which includes everything you need for the ultimate gaming setup for you and a friend, including a new Xbox Series X, a 4K TV, a Samsung Note 20 Ultra, a Razer Kishi controller, and 24 months of Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. There will also be 7 runner-ups who will get an Xbox Series X console and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Get ready to solve for X.
Over the last year, we've seen gamers contribute to so many crucial charitable causes through Xbox, and we wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This year, the Xbox gaming community showed up and raised over $4 million for important causes. In the spirit of Giving with Xbox, Empowering Dreams, we're donating $250,000 around the world to power the dreams of local nonprofits who are delivering vital support for local communities. We've partnered with Soft Giving to fundraise for Make-A-Wish International. At Xbox, we care so deeply about all the members of our community, and we want to invest in your local community with causes that are important to you. Each person that donates is automatically entered into a sweepstakes. All throughout the stream, every 15 minutes, we'll be giving away a 3-month Game Pass Ultimate subscription, as well as a few HyperX Alpha Gold headsets. To donate, please go to xbox.softgiving.com.
You're just gonna see some stuff. All I wanted to be was a hero. I saw my life's path ahead of me. Ichi, would you be willing to get arrested for the family? Reputation is everything. If a Yakuza shows weakness, he's done. I've been waiting to open this door for 18 years. A dream is what keeps you going. So I say you do it, just like you wanted. Become a hero. Let's start a brand new age of heroes. Well, this just got complicated. Why do you always attract the weirdos? Time to call! All right! You sure know how to make an entrance. You can tell us what the hell is going on here. Get this man a diaper. Huh?
Yeah, man.
I'm sure all of us here are a little crazy, but that's the best part of being friends. Let's get nutty!
Play it on the all-new Xbox.
We're very excited about this title. I know the guy sitting to my left is excited for this title.
Very excited.
And I gotta say, having watched that, it is one of the wildest games I've ever seen for Xbox. Yakuza Like a Dragon looks like it's got something for literally everyone. I'm looking at you, Fighting Crawfish. Here to tell us more about the latest entry into this cult classic series, senior producer Scott Strickert. Scott, welcome to the stream.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh man, thank you for being here. And I will say thank you for making Jeff's day come true. But we'll get to some of that a little bit later. That's the one. It is. Now, for someone who's never played Yakuza, the Yakuza title, of course, that storied franchise, what should they know about the series before they jump right in?
This one is one of the ones that you can almost pretty much jump right into because it's a brand new protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga, set in a brand new city of Yokohama, Japan, and also it's a brand new action turn-based battle system.
All right, so we're looking at live gameplay here right now, right? So tell us, this is, if you've played, let's say Yakuza 0, you've played Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2, which are part of Xbox Game Pass, you should do that right now. I don't know why you're watching the show. This looks a lot different than what you're used to, but at the same time, there's a lot of familiar things. And tell us about how you turn this into an RPG without losing the flavor and what makes Yakuza Yakuza.
We've absolutely taken the Yakuza formula, which is, you know, a pretty high octane kind of battle system, and turned that into what you'd expect from an RPG. And the marriage of those two systems is this. You know, you get a lot of really crazy kind of battles. It hasn't lost that Yakuza spirit at all. It's very fast paced. It's still got some action elements to it. There's just a lot going on, and it's really fun.
I like that. There's a lot going on. Yeah, no kidding, Scott. There is a lot going on in that trailer we just saw, and I don't know. It's like there's a part of me trying to figure out what to even start and unpack. But Jeff, our resident expert here, I feel like this is a great time. You're looking at gameplay. What's your first impression here? What's your thing that you're pulling out?
Well, I got to say, you guys are way further in the game than I am. So I'm like, you get 7 people? So we could talk about the party system. We could talk about how great the game looks. I'm assuming you're playing in, there's a couple different, there's like high resolution mode. I think you're in sort of the normal quote performance mode. And the game looks, it is the best looking Yakuza game to date. I don't think there's any debate about that. But where to start? Why don't we start with like the new locale, which is Yokohama. We've been in Tokyo and Kamurocho for the previous Yakuza games, and also spending some time down in Sotenbori. But this is a new place, and I can tell I'm like maybe 10 hours in, and I have seen very little of what there is to offer in the town. Mostly because if I cross this one street, all the goons are like super tough and they will kick my butt.
Just like real life.
Just like real life.
Tell us about Yokohama.
Yeah, so it's our brand new city. Ichiban gets dumped off here very early in the game. I won't spoil that, but the impetus for going to Yokohama, we've got these 3 factions that are essentially fighting for control over Yokohama. And when Ichiban kind of gets involved in their drama, and as you've been talking about, this city is massive. It's 3 times the size of Kamurocho if you've been exploring that. And you can essentially take on these different various factions as you kind of cross into the different areas. So there's a commercial district, there's a homeless district, there's a uptown and a low town and a park, and kind of these different factions control different areas. And yes, if you aren't strong enough to go there, you should not go there.
Yeah, you should definitely pay attention. It'll say in the neighborhood how many stars are there, and that's how difficult it will be there. And if you ignore it, you lose half your money when
Is he
you
dance
battle.
fighting?
Let's talk about this.
Can you bring me through here? I'm both intrigued and very concerned.
So yes, there's a whole RPG-based job system in our game. You can essentially unlock and change jobs, but of course, in your classic RPGs, you have fighter, thieves, mages, and those kinds of things, right? But you take that and apply it to the real world, and as a result, we've got musicians and breakdancers and idols and you name it, it's here. There's just a lot of jobs that you can level up, and it's what makes it really cool is just that you go in expecting like a warrior and a thief, and you're like, okay, I know how these jobs play. I know what to do with a thief. He's going to steal something. Whereas you go to a musician, and you're like, I'm not sure what this guy's going to do at all, or this breakdancer, what are his moves going to be like? And the more you level them up, the more zany they get.
So we see these QTEs here, and moving from a series that had been known all about brawlers and really like action, and you kind of needed some stamina to like fight some of these tougher characters and dodging out of the way and blocking at the right time. And I was wondering how that would translate to a game where like if whoever's steering the game right now puts the controller down, like the game would effectively stop if it's your turn. However, when you're into it, this is not something you can sort of sleepwalk through these battles. There's a lot of times you want to hit the timing exactly right. Like right there, you hit the Y button for more battle. That's a tough folk singer right there. And I actually got super into like on the defensive side, you've got to hit B at like just the right time, and you can do sort of perfect blocks. So it is while it's a turn-based RPG, this is not just like, all right, I'll just hit A and I'll just go to the next thing and select and select and select.
I'll take it.
Right, yeah, it does keep you on your toes. That's kind of that marriage I was talking about. It's just we took an action system and applied that to an RPG system so that you can, it's not going to be passive. You are going to want to think about where the people are positioned and how your guys are interacting with each other. Even in the sense that if you put yourself between a traffic cone or a sign and you between the enemy, you can weave that into your attack. You'll just pick up that traffic cone and automatically wall up some dudes with it. So it's not just a sleepwalk through a battle system kind of thing.
Well, here's a question that I know is ripe on Jeff's mind. Ripe on a mind? That's a thing?
No.
Okay,
Let's not try to make that a thing.
Okay. Guess there goes Fletch, too. Anyway, I will say, how do we've seen party members here. How do party members join the campaign? Talk to me about that aspect.
Right. So you're going to be recruiting this ragtag team of down and out kind of guys. Your first friend is essentially a homeless dude that you kind of befriend as you are dropped off in this homeless camp, and then you befriend this ex-cop, and it's just this group of people who have been on the downside of the socioeconomic thing in Japan, and together you find a common cause, and your team just grows and grows and grows because Kasuga here is actually a very charismatic dude. He has a lot of things about him that just draw people to him, I guess. You know, he's that type of protagonist, and we spend a long time at the beginning of the game really building up him and his backstory and teaching you kind of what Casca is all about. We're a very narrative-heavy game. It's a lot of cutscenes. It's a lot, you know, you can settle down with your drink of choice that you might want to sip and, you know, sit down at the beginning of the game, and then, you know, the deeper you get, the more it rewards you.
That drink is probably in the game, by the way, because there's all kinds of real Japanese brands in there that I wish I could get a hold of right now. So let's talk about Kasuga. Ichiban Kasuga is the hero here. We're used to seeing Kiryu Kazuma from the previous games. This is like a new starting point, and you're building him up from nothing. So I want to talk about him, and then I also want to talk about the voice acting as well. So why don't we talk about Kasuga the character, and then we'll talk about who's bringing them to life.
Sure. Kasuga is he's a optimistic young Yakuza who grew up playing JRPGs, his favorite game, Dragon Quest, and that informs his life.
Like
that
me.
informs kind of his.
Just a bio of Jack.
Yeah,
it's
so,
okay to admit I was the inspiration. It's okay.
Absolutely. We base Ichiban Kasuga on Jeff, and no, he you know, he's got this mindset about him where he's everything he's learned about positivity and being a hero is essentially taken from JRPGs that he grew up with, which is, you know, informs what he sees when you get into these battles. They're kind of through the lens of Kasuga in that he's seeing a battle play out like a JRPG. So of course the game had to be an RPG. You know, that's how he sees battles play out in his head. And as a result, you know, Kasuga is, like I said, he's this ex-Yakuza. He doesn't really know what to do with his life. Very early on in the game, there's a situation he gets in with his boss that betrays him, and you know, now you kind of have Kasuga kind of looking to find a purpose, and it's in all these other people and all these ragtag group of people that he recruits into his party that where he finds that.
You know, for
and then you wanted to.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about the voices, but since we're here in like one of these like Sega arcades, I just love that. You know, when you're thinking about like, you know, a gangster story, you might be thinking of, you know, Goodfellas or something,
Sure.
and this is a game. Good grab. You can grab a puppy out of a crane machine.
I mean,
there's something.
Is there anything better?
Are you sure that how long did you practice that to be able to get that on the first try? Because that I would drop a lot of yen into that.
Achievement unlocked.
We're all getting a lot of achievements here today. So let's talk about what's bringing this to life. So in the previous Yakuza games, they were all in with Japanese language with subtitles, and that's how you've gotten to know those characters. And we spoke actually a few weeks ago on the Xbox podcast with Major Nelson, and we met Keiji Tang, who is voicing the English language character of Kasuga. And like when we first booked that interview, I was like, oh, that's nice. Somebody will use that. Not me, but because we met him and he's really nice, I was like, we'll start it up and I'll put it on English to start, you know, because I'm a nice guy. I met him.
Sure.
And he's amazing. He's really good. And I have continued to play the game in Japanese. And I've noticed that he really brings Kasuga to life in just like a phenomenal way. And I know I'm losing my standing here with the Yakuza community by playing in English. But I just want to say it's a phenomenal job. And I also wanted to call it George Takei from Star Trek, and is the voice of Arakawa. And this is not like you've probably seen like, oh my, you know, like sort of zany George Takei. This is serious George Takei, and he delivers an amazing performance that like sort of haunts you afterwards. He's seen a lot of stuff, and it's really impressive the level. And this is a lot of what you do, I know, Scott. So talk about the effort that went into the localization here, and especially now in English voice.
It's not like that was.
Yeah, so we decided to bring an English dub to this primarily because it's a whole new cast. You know, I don't think we would have ever touched that with Kazuma Kiryu and the team, kind of who are, you know, those guys are the fan favorites, and you establish what those Japanese voices are because they're part and parcel with those characters, right? But here we saw an opportunity to bring an English cast here to, you know, hope widen the door a little bit. I think that there's some people out there who are, you know, obviously the core fans are going to be like, this is the game that you play in Japanese, and that's perfectly understandable. But the opportunity to bring in more fans with an English dub to particularly, you know, make it a little easier to access, and then you can flip languages whenever you want if you ever want to go back to the Japanese, because the Japanese performances are equally as amazing, if not more so. So our English cast, like I said,
Chega de
we've got some, big
linguiça,
heavy
ninguém
hitters
aguenta
here.
mais.
We go to all
Chega de
links just to make sure that we're capturing
Voltei.
the Japanese essence.
Chega, e aí?
I can't tell you how many interviews I've been on and seen Kasuga get hit by a car and just get absolutely off train.
Nossa, chega aqui, os caras já estão tretando no chat. Que isso, rapaz?
He's clearly walking it off.
Estão brigando aí?
Hey, here's a question for you. So we were just talking about, you know, the fans primarily and fans of the series, as Jeff would mention. Are there any familiar areas that we'll be visiting from past games that we want to mention?
Oh, absolutely. You start the game off in Gamertag. You're starting the game off in a flashback to the year 2000, so that's going to feel really familiar. And that's what this game does so well, is it puts you into that familiar and then pulls you right back out of it. You know, and so we do have Sotenborg, there's a quick trip there, and Kamurocho, and obviously there's some familiar mini games like karaoke. It's back in a brand new way.
Eu vou encerrar essa merda aqui, que pelo amor de Deus, cara. Eu vou fazer uma coisa mais interessante. Eu vou fechar essa live e começar. E vou ligar o Series X pela primeira vez. E vamos estralar nisso aqui que eu já não aguento mais, não. Beleza? Agora dá pra ouvir, né? Tava alto o volume, né? Seguinte, eu vou encerrar essa live e começar uma outra, que essa aqui já deu, né? Essa aqui o saco já não aguenta mais de linguiça. Eu vou ligar o Series X, vamos testar, vamos fazer uma coisa mais legal do que ficar vendo blé 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 ali. Beleza? Pô, tava legal. Os caras querem me banir porque eu gosto de PlayStation, cara. Que triste, Alt. Que triste, cara. Querem te banir porque você gosta de PlayStation, cara? Que coisa, hein, velho? Que coisa, hein, velho? Ai, meu Deus. Eu mal chego aqui do remédio e tem essa choradeira aí, cara. Pelo amor de Deus, né, cara? Aí também não, né? Ó, eu vou encerrar esse vídeo e começar outro aí. Xablau, vambora. Ligando o Xbox pela primeira vez e testando, beleza? Um abraço e até daqui a pouco. Fui!